on, guys? What is going on? Today was quite the day. We made some nice money. Obviously, we're going to continue to attack this market. Tomorrow, let's talk about, is there any news? We have crude oil inventories at 10:30. Nothing else. FOMC member Bostic speaks. Right now, it's an insignificant one because it's not a red folder. Realistically, all we need to look at is red folders. But you've got crude oil inventories, which, can make the market do something potentially. But again, that's probably more in the oil sector, but it can affect other things as well. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get into what it will do because all we are speculators at the end of the day. So let's jump right into today's trades. There was about 8 total trades today, so you can already tell right now I'm more selective about what I'm trading. Not 27 trades, and we made, like I said, some good money today, so I was happy about today's results. Let me go back to the first one. Oops. Okay, yeah, that was it. Sorry. All right, so first trade we did was a short. Here's kind of what it looks like. I'll show you here. I'll turn the camera around. Here's the note. That way you kind of can follow right along. Entered after we got failure of supply levels. So there was a box up there right after it tapped off of that and we fell. So I knew that sellers were in control. We took it down into the liquidity pool, just under the relative lows that were set earlier in the AM. Great execution, great trade. So not a whole lot to talk about with this one, but take a peek. Okay, boom. So there it was. Obviously you can see entry, you can see exit, kind of where those lines were at. That was a solid one right there. Right into the next one. We'll just keep you on the screen just to make it easy. 291. This was an added contract. So you see I just put that there. So there's not really to judge. So I'm not going to double up on, typing anything into the journal. 173. Well, let's see what this trade was. Where's it at? Oh, there we go. Boom. So take a peek. You guys can see entry and exit. Just so you know, it's a 173 and 50 cent win for a long. So you know what we're talking about here. So take a peek. Once we bounced off of, I'm just reading the note here. Once we bounced off the newly made demand and pushed to the upside, we entered and took a quick scalp. Next time, take it to the supply box, which is up top, which is the other purple one up top. If you feel there is a solid follow through, keep riding your winners to pay for your occasional losers. Next trade, I want to say we took some L's. $90 loss on a long. I entered in right at the top. Take a peek. You can see it right there. So it just wasn't time yet, but I did see it close above. So I was actually, like you'll see when I say it in this note here, and I'm just going to keep my camera on this so you guys can see where I entered, etc. This is a long, by the way. Make sure you get the candle to close above the supply level to let you know the buyers are in control now. We peaked, but we were not completely ready to move to the upside. Make sure you are patient, but good job cutting that loser short. There's always another trade. Don't force anything if it doesn't go your way. You actually did get in after seeing closed above, so this one is a part of the randomness of the market. The only improvement is enter sooner, so I could have got in a little bit closer to here. That way I could have taken it from right where the body was up to the wick. And then I just put, if I see the market shifting, then get out for a 4 or 5 point, winner there, take profit. Next one was literally just fees and commissions. And I even put that there. Look, check a peek right there. Fees and commissions. And then look what it says right there at the bottom. Commissions and fees, $14. So it's literally like it was getting out of a trade, and that's just what it costs. You know what I'm saying? Of just doing business and putting that many contracts on. Next one was now we start to, I think we've got 3 or 4 more trades, and we really did a good job here. I saw this box formed here at the bottom, and then we took it up to that level. So notice this is a long, so the green is where I entered, and orange, red is where I exited. So I said, good trade, try to ride it all the way up to the supply box, which is the purple box up top, the skinny one. Pay for your losers, but during the trade, if you don't feel proper follow through, don't force anything. So I just said, if for whatever reason it was wicking back on me, maybe this is why I exited here, want to just secure some profits, so that's fine. So I just, I'm not mad at that trade, I'm happy with it, but it's also like we want to take even that little extra couple ticks up there. You know what I'm saying? That's almost $1, about 75 cents. So 3 ticks extra is a big deal. Another one, commissions. No, just kidding. Sorry, that was the same thing. 236, my bad, I clicked back. This is another one that I went long on. This one was beautiful. This was actually once I saw that we had London highs up here. I'm just going to kind of like draw a general, like this was like London highs. It was like something like this. And I was like, oh man, we've got some ways to go. Look at this huge deep retracement. And then I started to see us start to build up out of this right up in here. And I said, okay, we are really going up. We're really going up strong. And then I looked left and I, marked off my 7 a.m. I looked at, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. I said, okay, wait a minute. We actually have some levels here. And I was like, this thing's going up here to go grab this liquidity. Why would it not? We had already rejected a couple times up here. I was like, we're going to get some follow through. So I just said, this was added contracts, same trade, just continuation. This was a huge upside push reaching for London highs that looked very clean. So I put that one there. So we had that 286, but I re-entered. That last trade that you saw was a winner, and then I added into this and got some more out of it. And then look, there was one more. Boom, another 486. So there's two of those executed, and look. The London highs, again, I don't have them marked off on the TradeZella, but they are on my chart where it was even above this a little bit, and I even took another trade quickly, and I took a 486, scalp. So, and that's the day, guys. So today was a very, eventful one in the best way possible. So now it's just a matter of keeping that rolling. One of our XFAs right now, we are up 327 on 250Ks. I don't know if the other one's exactly because it doesn't execute all the way at the same time. So the other one's 250, 270, meaning in profit. And that 50K that I paid for, that was I think a day or two ago, that I got funded more recently and I traded on, has 940 in there. So we're almost at 1,000. So that's great. Again, stay poised, stay locked in, do what I got to do. That combine that I told you that I actually hit my daily on, and I was like pissed off, and I was like, what am I doing? Like, it was just like a silly trade. Like, I was revenge trading a little bit, but now I can like feel when I do that, and I'm like, why did I do? Like, I was just chasing the market. I was doing dumb stuff, right? I got that back up on some of those buys and sells as well. So those same moves that you saw on the ES moves, I mean, obviously that's all I'm trading right now. On the combines, on the XFAs, which is the funded accounts, this I did the same thing. But see, the difference is that on the XFAs, you can only put 2 contracts on. The combine, you can throw 5, and that's as high as you can go. And so you imagine I don't have to take as many ticks. Now, yes, if it goes down, it doesn't go my way, but the intraday supply and demands that I'm looking for. We're obviously playing these levels, and I'm waiting for confirmations, candles to close under or above these things. So they're more high probable setups that happen almost all day long. And when we get trending moves, that's like, okay, this thing's going to go. I just have to be able to protect my downside because I can't obviously go below $1,000 or whatever it is. Or yeah. Otherwise the account closes me out or whatever. But I was able to get this thing back up to 52. We got to get this thing. We got to make, if it's at $52,098.70. So we're just under 1,000 we have to make. Hopefully we can do that tomorrow. Again, there's not a whole lot of movement news catalyst wise that's doing anything to the market that's going to make it really wonky. But let's look at Thursday, because that, again, we're speculating, but if there's no news tomorrow, really, crude oil, okay, 1030, does that move the market that much? Probably not. Thursday, we have prelim GDP and unemployment claims. Is the market going to be wild or what? Of course. And it's going to be setting traps left and right. It might be, in my favor that if I have a good day tomorrow, if everything goes well, I won't trade Thursday. I'll wait till Friday to come back. Because although there's volatility, again, it's like, and then we've got core PCE, 8:30 on Friday. Okay, the last day of the week. And then we've got PMI as well, consumer sentiment. So some of this stuff drops, at the end of this week. And also you're a day away from September starting. August 30th is when Friday hits. So all these things, Labor Day, that kind of stuff, which obviously is, bank holiday, are all reasons to be like, the market could really do some kind of funky stuff in the next few days. So keep your eyes, keep your ears, alert. If it doesn't look right, if it's not within your strategy, if it's not in your setup, don't trade it. And, that's what I'm just getting better and better at, day by day. But I want you guys to see this progress, kids. you see the progression is starting. I hope at least you're starting to see that the page is being turned. Tomorrow, and again, hopefully with proper discipline, I don't jinx myself, but I don't know if I necessarily, as I get better and better at trading, believe in that. It's me, right? It's a battle against me. So if I'm going to be so overzealous and be chasing the market because I want to make X amount of dollars, and I already have this preset thing, instead of going, well, let's just see what the market gives me opportunity-wise, then I'm already putting myself at a disadvantage. So don't do that. But I also, we've got, much more to go. In my mind, I'm just thinking, okay, go make 3K. On all these accounts, go make 3K. Just like the initial rule where it makes you get to the combine, then get to the XFA, make 3K. I'm just going, let's go to 3K. And then let's make another 3K. And let's make another 3K. And that's what I want to do. And that's all I'm thinking about. It's just about making money. It's about, lessening my downside. That's it. When that takes place, I'm good. I'll be happy. You know what I'm saying? I'll know I'm going in the right direction. It's all on me now. It's all on me. And if I want to make mistakes, it's also on me. When I want to, go on tilt, when I get pissed off, when I want to, if my mind's not cleared, I'm not locked in, that shit costs money. It ain't just you dropped a football. This is no longer that space. This is going to cost you. And so that $1,000 account that you nearly have can go right back down to 300, 200. You could blow it even. It's like, and so there's more at stake here. And so I'm not trying to, stranglehold the earnings or the money that is trying to come in, where it's like I cease to capture it because I'm just like so overzealous about making money, because I know when I need to be aggressive and when I need to back off. But when I'm losing, those 2 losses in a row or whatever are usually a good telltale. And I've broken those rules before and I've gotten back. So it tells me I'm getting better skill-wise and staying poised because I am confident in what I'm doing and not just going, I'm going back, forget that, I'm going back. I'm getting better with that. But again, there has to be rules that you find that you've, in this book that I'm reading, that you have this negotiation with yourself that like, are you going to follow your rules or what? Okay, I feel like I'm going on tilt somewhat, so let me just like back off. There has to be a stopping point. If there's never a stopping point, you will blow up all day long. And if I see a bigger account size or whatever than I've ever seen, let's say, or I'm scaling it up, or I'm starting to get consistent payouts, maybe even worse in some cases, for your psychology, and you feel like you're on top of the world, and it's like, this is what I do. I make money. That almost can cripple you. You have to stay like, I see the markets very, very clearly. So obviously, if I'm getting consistent payouts, I'm getting good at this. But all it takes is for me to jump back to my old ways and not stay with these new fundamentally sound principles. And I'm right back in the doghouse again. I'm starting all these combines over. I'm starting all these XFAs over, and we're back at square one. It doesn't help and or work for anyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not untouchable. You've got to stay humble. You've got to stay locked in. You've got to be learning. You've got to be reading. You've got to be growing. And I'm just a firm believer in that. I've told you already how I feel about books. And it's not just books in general, but yeah, it's books in general as well. But because the person that you become is a reflection of what results you get in the market. And that is becoming clearer now more than ever. As I get sharper, I become more profitable, and I say profitable, we're not quite there, but I'm saying, like getting the payouts and stuff like that. But my point is we're on our way. And I remember when I would look at Forex Factory and I'm like, what does all this mean? And I would look at, these combines and these trading, Forex this and that. When I started, of course, because I didn't know what I was looking at CFDs, options, everything. And I'm like, what is this chart? What am I? Okay, so I'm supposed to mark off levels and put the colors here and do this and do. It's like, there's a lot of shit that I figured out was a bunch of BS. And there's a lot of stuff that I've picked up on that I'm happy I've picked up on. And then, I'm always hungry to grow. I'm just never settling for the little bit of like, I feel like I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Like, it takes one day for me to feel like, you're an idiot, what are you doing? It really does. But that's me. That's all in my brain. And that's what I allow to happen to me. I lose 2 trades and then I'm like, forget it. I'm going 5 lot right now, 10 lot. I'm going to make it all back right now. It's like, if this goes against you 1 tick, you're done. And all that work that you've put in, you're like, what is the... So I'm realizing that this is more of a mental capital game than it is a physical capital game. It's like, you know, when you hear people say like the red pill, blue pill, like money's not real, like the whole Matrix thing. And it's like, I'm not trying to like get off on a tangent. I'm just saying that it feels like that as you get better at this, because you're like, people really struggle to make money. And trust me, I'm not sitting here being like, and what color is your Bugatti? Like, no. I'm just saying that eventually I can see where this can go. Because if I just have that many more years and experience in the market and what I'm looking for, what I don't look for, what I wait for, what I execute on, what I don't execute on, with more capital in hand, making bigger returns, etc. This is like, you know, I've truly, like I've told you before, I've fallen in love more and more with this craft. And it's like, this is one big ass video game, but it just happens to spit out money to you. And I love it. And I know some people or older folks, you know, if my parents are watching this, they're probably like, oh no, he's going down the gambling route. No, I'm not, because there's a system. And if I don't learn how to trade, and I don't teach you guys one day how to trade, and I don't show you my trades live and this, that, and the other, it's like I'm emotionally clicking buttons. I'm waiting for the 3 fruits. I'm giving the slot machine analogy. I'm waiting for the 3 fruits or the 3 items to line up on the ding 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 ding, and it hit me with a home run. Oh my God, I made $1 million. That's what you're essentially doing when you just click buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. But being able to sit on your hands and wait is huge. And it's a skill that you acquire over time. And I'm starting to see it come. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I stayed doing this, because like now this little glimpse, even proving to myself, and I've not yet pulled out money, it kind of, warms my heart a bit to be like, okay, if I get more skilled, if I read more books, if I get more poised, if I get more locked in, if I learn more about fundamentals, meaning the new stuff, not to say that will be the main catalyst of why I take a trade or not. I'm still using mainly price action, but if I'm using both of those and I learn more about what makes the market tick and what does this and just more of the inner workings of how things work, I'm going to be unstoppable. I know, because I know who I am and I know how hard I push. And I know I'm always looking to learn. I'm always curious. And these books, obviously this is the book, but the books, the psychology books, everything, the self-development ones, the finance book, just how to put your money to work, think in a probabilistic way, etc. I mean, it's helped me tremendously. And so I implore you guys to do the same thing, honestly. I hope you guys enjoy the videos that I've put up. I know I put on the last little description. I don't know if you guys saw that. The videos have been a little lacking. One of the videos, I want to say it was on the 14th of this past month or something, or maybe it was the 24th. I think it was the 14th though. Anyways, I was looking at the content. For whatever reason, it didn't upload. It said that it was, I guess, interrupted during uploading or something or another. Because I have a MacBook and I need to get, external hard drives and stuff like that. But because I have this camera, it shoots in 4K, and then I have just like a MacBook Pro, but it's not like a massive, like with a terabyte of space. It's like 250 gig or something like that. It's kind of small. It's almost like an iPad in a way, but it's a Pro. It doesn't really hold a whole lot of storage, so that adds up. So what do I do? When I know it's on YouTube and it's obviously there, permanently or whatever, I just delete it off my computer. I don't keep it. Now it's on my memory card, but I don't, I don't keep it. So anyway, I say all that to just be like, I took it off already, so I couldn't re-upload it. Even if I go, hey guys, sorry I messed up your order, but like, you get daily vlogs, 8/24 or 8/14, whatever, the month, the date was, and I'd put it above like today's video, let's say, and be like, my bad, like, here you go from the past, but like, it's not that big of a deal. I just wanted to, and as I said in the description, you'll know why videos have been a little bit slower. Things are happening. You know, pieces of the puzzle are moving. Put it that way. Let's dive into this word, guys. This is a quick one. The unforced rhythms of grace, and we'll get you out of here, okay? And then we'll sign off. Next, Jesus let fly on the cities where he had worked the hardest, but whose people had responded the least, shrugging their shoulders and going their own way. Dooms to you, Chorazin. Doom, Bethsaida. If Tyre and Sidon had seen half of the powerful miracles you have seen, they would have been on their knees in a minute. At Judgment Day, they'll get off easy compared to you. In Capernaum, with all the peacocks strutting, you are going to end up in the abyss. If people of Sodom had your chance, the city would still be around. At Judgment Day, they'll get off easy compared to you. Abruptly, Jesus broke into prayer. Thank you, Father, Lord of heaven and earth. You've concealed your ways for sophisticates and know-it-alls, but spell them out clearly to ordinary people. Yes, Father, that's the way you like to work. Jesus resumed talking to the people, but now tenderly. The Father has given me all these things to do and say. This is a unique Father-Son operation coming out of the Father and Son intimacies of knowledge. No one knows the Son the way the Father does, nor the Father the way the Son does. But I'm not keeping it to myself. I'm ready to go over it line by line with anyone who's willing to listen. Are you tired, worn out, burnt out on religion? Come to me. Get away with me. You'll recover your life. I'll show you how to take a real rest. Walk with me and work with me. Watch how I do it. Learn the unforced rhythms of grace. I won't lay anything heavy or ill-fitting on you. Keep company with me, and you'll learn to live freely and lightly. Say it with me if you know it. You are uniquely different. God took his time on you. You are one of one. You know what he told you today? I love you so much. Peace.